Hey guys, it's Cam Interviews. We are here with Chiodos. If you guys could just introduce your name and position in the band real quick.
I'm Pat, I play guitar.
I'm Brad and I play keyboards.
Awesome. So guys, new album Devil comes out April 1st, super soon, and so far each song has sounded completely different from like the other. So if you could just tell us like why is that, or what kind of writing process led to that sort of like outcome?
I guess that's kind of always been our style with each album, so I hope it's not too much of a surprise to people, but especially this time around, we really all took like our own roles in stepping up and bringing ideas to the table, so you can kind of hear that from the characters of each song that it was more than just like a couple people like heading the ship this time.
Yeah. And then the producer also had a little bit more influence too, I've been hearing, so like what was that kind of like, how was that different from like previous like releases and writing?
Well, producers in the past have been pretty lax with us and just let us do whatever. But Bottrell, he's like more involved with like trying to form the songs as a complete unit.
Yeah, I mean, I've never really seen a producer sit down and like take notes of each measure and like what we were doing and like help us like make it even make more sense than we already had focused on.
And so also, I want to talk about the footage that's been like releasing with each like song that's been released. It's been like older footage, like black and white, and like just kind of like, you know, older style stuff. Like, what is the reason for that, or is there a reason for that? Like,
well, yeah, me and Craig just thought it'd be cool to like attach imagery with each song instead of just releasing like lyric videos, because a lot of times they just seem kind of cheesy the way that they're done. And yeah, we wanted people to like actually kind of gain perspective from where we were at when we were creating these songs and where we were with our mentality. So we gave our ideas to our friend Kyle Thrash, and he kind of just ran with them and made them his own. So it's not exactly like what we were thinking, but we would set them up in the right direction at least.
Cool. And so also I want to talk about the like releasing of the songs. There's like a lot of songs that you guys have released already so far, and like almost the entire album's like, you know, it's like at least half that's out. So why was that push? And that's obviously something like revolutionary for this scene. Usually it's like in series of 2 or 3.
Yeah, well, I think the iTunes, they had the option you could do the instant gratis thing, and like the maximum they do is 6, and we just thought that'd be, why not? Let's try it. Let's do it. Let's control it's gonna leak, so let's control it.
Yeah, I think were we the first group that they did 6 with?
I'm not sure.
I think we were, and so we thought that was a cool opportunity to kind of form a relationship with them, and like Pat said, to be able to control where it's going to come out at, and yeah, we just wanted to build anticipation every week and make sure that it was fresh in people's heads.
Do you think that kind of almost keeps like some sort of hype too? Like I feel like Chiodos is always in headlines like since you guys have been doing that, so I think that maybe that bands might start copying this and realizing that this is something successful.
Yeah, if it works, I guess we'll see it in a couple weeks here.
Well, already so far, there's a lot of hype, so you guys are doing that well, for sure. So the title of the album is Devil, but what is the overall theme that fans can relate to that you guys want to admit to like your listeners?
Well, like towards the end of it, Craig said to me, he's like, you know, I mean, this is unintentional, but this album kind of does have a lot of like religious undertones to it, you know, and I mean, we've never set out to be like a band that would push anything like that on anybody, and we've never even like really like talked about and agreed upon like a certain view. So it's not necessarily about that. It's just about like finding yourself and realizing like the good parts and the bad parts of relationships and what you can do to make yourself a better person.
And like, I actually wanted to talk about that. It's interesting you talk about the whole like religious undertone, because you guys recorded in a hollowed out church. So like that's so cool, and that's got to be like so different from a normal studio. So was the recording process kind of spiritual, or did you guys like rethink what you believe, anything like that?
Not for me.
No, not at all. But I mean, it was cool and creepy to be like in that setting. I mean, as soon as the sun went down, everything around you was pitch black, and we had to carry like lanterns around with us and stuff.
We broke out the Ouija board one night.
Yeah. Oh my. The last time we were there, we broke out the Ouija board and I don't know, talked to some crazy spirits.
What's a cool story from that? I have to hear.
What was she? She was killed by her husband.
There was only a couple of us. It wasn't like the whole band like doing it. It was just one of our friends brought it over, and yeah, we talked to this lady that was killed in the mountains by this witch, and she was just warning us not to go into the woods. And
talked to her husband or something too.
Yeah, we talked to her husband as well, and but like she was like very responsive, and like she's like, you said that I played the piano and it was beautiful. But like they had warned us before that like bands in the past had seen like ghosts and stuff. Like Sunny Day Real Estate like got like super scared there, I guess, and like I guess there's like some priests that people see all the time. So it was pretty trippy, but it didn't turn out to be like a Mars Volta experience where they had messed with the Ouija board and like fucked up their whole like messed up their whole like recording session and stuff, I guess, the next day. So that was beneficial to us because we were leaving anyways.
That's hilarious. So another thing I want to ask you guys, is there a favorite of yours that's off the record that you just like are really excited for fans to hear, or maybe they've already heard it from the record?
I'd say mine right now, probably Bevis. That's the last one we just released.
Mine will be probably the last track on the record, I'm Everything That's Normal. It kind of like embodies us like lyrically getting back together and making sure that we do it right this time instead of like letting stupid things get in the way. And I think that and musically it's just really well rounded, and I think that it's an important message to get across to people and ourselves.
All right, and so lastly, is there a story or moment from the studio that you guys really like think is fun, other than the Ouija board, because that's also funny, but
I don't think it's not that.
yeah, but like just something that kind of reminds you of the recording process, a fond memory?
Well, we went to a second place for like the last half of the recording, and there was a bunch of goats there that we had to feed. I know next time I see a goat, I guess I'll recording.
Yeah, it was a cool area. I mean, we were in Kingston for half, and Woodstock, which are neighboring cities, and right between the two cities there was like this giant reservoir that we would go out and kind of just like take in and gain peace from, and it was just a beautiful scenery. So we would go there for inspiration sometimes, and just to get away from the studio and all the weird pressures that were happening.
Cool. All right, guys, so Devil comes out April 1st. Make sure to check it out, and that concludes the interview. So thank you for having us, and this is Keim Interviews. Take it easy.